What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Thank you for stopping in. Today I got something a little bit different for you guys. We are talking about my favorite EDCable, yes, true EDCable fixed blades. And the cool thing is we got several different price points and we got several different use case scenarios for each knife. So very different fixed blades. Before we get started, double check, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I'd love to have you here. And before you head out, do me a huge favor, hit the thumbs up button. I always appreciate that, guys. It really pushes the video out there so more people have a chance to check the video out. Feel free to let me know what you're carrying in your pockets today down in the comments. I love hearing from you guys and what you have for your EDC. So, I, guys, if you are not familiar, have been on a knife journey for a long time when it comes to a fixed blade, finding the perfect fixed blade. And we've been over this a couple of times, but if you're new, we'll cover it quickly. But, you know, sometimes you find the perfect fixed blade itself, the fixed blade here. But then there's trouble with the sheath, whether it's too loose or it's too bulky or it's not this, you have issues with the sheath, or maybe the sheath is perfect on the fixed blade, but the knife itself just isn't cutting it one way or the other. It's too thick or it's too tall or wide or whatever the issue may be. You are constantly fighting, against the odds because it's going to independently, you could watch me cover a bunch of fixed blades, but for you specifically, it could be very different. But I can show you and tell you my experience with it, and hopefully that helps you at least narrow down what could be a very long journey. So we have the Asher Lil Buddy here, and this is kind of in the category of the do-it-all fixed blade, basically. We're going to be getting a drop point in S90V with a nice tumble to it, jimping on the spine. Great shape for just all-around EDC, little bit of work, maybe a little bit of outdoor stuff. Just a perfect blade shape for an all-around user. Textured G10. These come in between like 100 and 120, something like that. A very fair price tag for what you're getting. Then you get a great sheath. This is how it's done. Nice and thin. No obtrusions sticking out, bulkiness for no reason. You have some lashing points, perfect. Drain hole, great. And then a beautiful clip, so you can throw this down in the pocket, which, yes, if you're not used to fixed blades, you do have to get used to the fixed blade side of things. But if you can get something you enjoy and the profile, you get used to it very quickly. But this pocket clip here for the sheath, or this sheath clip, works extremely well. I'm a huge fan of the Asher Little Buddy. This is kind of my primary pick for that kind of do-it-all style fixed blade. So in the category of just straight up, I need a EDCable fixed blade for work and utility, and that's all I need. I'm not going to be needing a whole lot more than that. I'm going to be using it in a trade or on the farm or something like that, right? And that's where this knife comes into play. This is the CRKT Razel, I believe coming in D2 steel with a nice satin finish. We have micarta handles that are excellent, very well executed on this micarta. I give credit where credit is due, and CRKT, you nailed the micarta on this guy. You might not nail a whole lot these days, but the micarta and this fixed blade, you guys crushed it. Little spot for a lanyard hole, as does the Asher. I failed to mention that. And then a little pummel end down here. Now you get this nice straight edge here. It's going to be great for a multitude of different things. Plus you get this 90-degree pokier tip. And then you get this chisel edge as your secondary edge here, and that's going to be great for scraping, chiseling at things, whatever. If you're in the trades or you're doing a lot of work around the house, this is the type of thing that comes in handy, getting sticky things off of glass or whatever it might be, and then just breaking things down, boxes down. You're unpackaging new equipment or items, and you got a lot of cardboard to dispose of. This is going to be a great candidate. The sheath, for the price of this knife coming in, I think they're like $40 or around there. This is great. There's nothing extra going on here. It's nice and thin. It fits the knife very well. We were right the first time. Great retention. Lots of lashing points. Drainage hole on both sides. The clip is nothing crazy. It's nothing special, but it works really well. It could be a little bit different to be even better, but it still works. I carried this for months, actually. This was my main Monday through Friday fixed blade. Had this for months and months, and it's a great fixed blade. The clip works just fine. It could be better. It could have a little bit better design to it with this flare out here and how this sits here, but it doesn't functionally change anything. I just think it could be done a little bit better, but for the money, and you need a workhorse, the CRKT Razel fixed blade is definitely a great option on that just workhorse EDC fixed blade. Now, say you're looking for that kind of in-betweener. You want something that's really utility driven, but you still want it to be able to perform on some day-to-day tasks, EDC tasks. I think that's where this guy comes in, the Kansept corvid. It's going to be another similar fixed blade to these other two, just with a little bit different blade shape. We have a cleaver style blade here, definitely going to be a utility style knife. You do still have that 90-degree pokier tip like the Razel has, but it's not going to be great for that straightforward poke and slash type motion. This is definitely utility driven, getting in behind straps, detailed cuts, things like that. This is going to perform very well at. It's very, very comfortable. 14C on the blade steel here for this particular corvid. Then you have black micarta. They come in a couple different flavors, but this thing really blew me away. When I got this in, handled it, carried it, and used it, I was very stunned, to say the least. It's a good size. It's not too big. It's not too small, and get just a perfect grip on this. And then there's plenty of blade to do pretty much whatever you're going to need to do with this size fixed blade. A nice thin minimal sheath yet again, which is a key to success here. It's just basically a fold over. It keeps it as thin as possible. You have some lashing points, and then it comes with yet again another pocket clip here, and this one is really well executed. I'll give you a look at the other two as well, and the Asher is done very well also. But this provides this little spoon here, and it just works very, very good. It's just that extra step of being even a little easier. But the Asher clip does work extremely well. Now let's get to the next one. And the next one up is going to be none other than, and yes, this is a fairly newer fixed blade to me. I had it a week or so before they were released, so I've had some extra time with it. But one thing I can say is, at this point, I have handled several Jack Wolf knives in S90V. It's the same S90V on all of them. I know how it performs. I have 3 different knives from Jack Wolf in S90V that are all at different stages on how long they're continuing to just keep cutting. One of them or maybe two of them have maybe lost their fine edge, but their working edge is still just putting them through any and everything pretty much except very thin paper, and even then it's still cutting it. But we're looking at Jack Wolf's new Midnight Fixed EDC. Coming in S90V, we have that fully flat ground Wharncliffe style blade. Coming in purple haze camo carbon, I believe it's called. It's beautiful looking stuff. My first experience with a purple-ish carbon fiber, and I must say, I do enjoy it. I see what the splash is. Everybody likes the purple, and I see why. It looks good. I really like it. I've enjoyed it. The coffin-style handle is great, and then this has a little hidden lanyard post where the other three have lashing holes. So that's a nice little touch, the hidden lanyard post there. And then we move on to just this thing is amazing, and it comes with the knife. This is going to be more on the premium end if you haven't figured that part out yet. But you get the fixed blade, the S90, the whole works, and then you get this custom to fit leather sheath that is just extremely well done. Nice stitching all the way around this entire thing. You have the Jack Wolf emblem there, etched into this nice leather. And then we have a pocket clip back here that is actually my favorite. It's my favorite clip. I do like the spoon here on this one because that really helps get over stuff. But as far as keeping the slip where you put it, right, and it not going anywhere, this is the clip. It works extremely well. I carried this fixed blade every single day from the time I opened it, every day at Blade Show, around thousands of people, and had not one single issue, and I've been carrying it every day since then as well. So I will be carrying a fixed blade on me every day now. I'm going to make it a point. I used to do it fairly frequently, but not every day. I am going to start carrying one every day now. And this is going to kind of fall under the category of that gentleman's classier fixed blade that you could still use on day-to-day tasks, and you could still use it on utility detailed type work, but keep in mind the design is meant for long-term slicing, right? This is not meant to be beat on. It's not meant to sculpt your next brick statue or anything like that. This is meant to be a laser beam, and that's what it's designed for. And if you use it for that, and that's your intended use for the knife itself, it's going to do you very, very well. And there's a certain way to put this in. It is an ambidextrous sheath. If you want it to go in this way, you will ride the spine along that side until you kind of feel a little bit of resistance, and you are seated down here, and the knife is not going to go anywhere, just to kind of show you, but it's going to come out pretty easily. So that is really cool. There's a lot of retention up there around the neck, but not so much that it causes you any issue getting it out. And then the same in the reverse here. If you want it going down in this direction, I always give it just a little squeeze, and then you just ride that spine right down through there. And then when you feel a little bit of resistance, which I'm screwing up here, there you go. Ride that spine down, and your tip will find this little corner. So just no matter which way you do it, ride that spine down, and it will find that center hole. It will go home and be where it's supposed to be, and just be an awesome little package. And then there it is compared to the other three in its size. It is a little bit smaller of a fixed blade, but that's sometimes what you're looking for. You want the capabilities of a fixed blade, but you want it in more of a folder size. So it's a perfect, gentlemanly, more premium fixed blade, no question about it. But coming in at a respectable price for the materials, the sheath, for all intents and purposes, it's a custom sheath. It's a custom leather sheath, and you get the clip. I want to say they're around $230, I think, for the retail price. So I think it's a fair price for everything you're getting. The name you're buying into with Ben and Jack Wolf, you basically have a lifetime warranty. He's going to take care of you one which way or the other. So you're also buying that as well, on top of the premium, fixed blade and attention to detail. But that gives you guys a little something for everything in a couple different price points that are going to cover a wide range of scenarios, from just day-to-day stuff, a little bit of do-it-all. You have your hands-on tradesman, just pure work knife slash little bit of outdoors. You have your casual, gentlemanly, kind of do-it-all slicer. And then you have that in-betweener here that is going to do a lot of things very well. It can be beat on and not worried about. This would be all right outdoors in some instances with food prep and some other things like that. Might make a nice little camp knife, but definitely going to be a certain crew that looks at something like this. But if you are looking at this style of blade, and this knife here, I would have no fear about picking one up at the price point. The 14C is going to be ultra tough stuff, as is the D2. And then the 2 in S90V are going to slice and cut forever. You guys will have to let me know. Have you been on a EDC fixed blade journey? Have you started yours yet? Have you quit? Have you finished and found the one? I'd love to hear your story if you have one, or if you're just now starting your journey. Good luck to you. You'll have to let me know if you have found that perfect fixed blade for you to actually carry every day. I'd love to hear the story. So leave it down in the comments and let me know. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button as well, guys. Always appreciate it. Really helps push the videos out there so more people have a chance to check them out. And feel free to let me know what fixed blade you would choose out of these 4 right here for your purposes. If you're new here, we release videos just like this one every single day. Hit the subscribe button, ring the little bell. I'd love to have you here. Otherwise, I'll throw up a couple of new videos. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.